Uh, I know it's probably too late, except maybe for the television, but who we're playing in DePaul tonight. We've had 6 great ball games with them over the years. And if you look back in the history of it, we actually played DePaul in the Sweet 16, and then we had to play Connecticut, #1 in the nation, to try to go to the Final Four in the Elite Eight. We won that game, but the last time DePaul was here, they beat us at our place. And then last year, we squeaked by and won by 2 at their place. So we've had a lot of great games. They want to play up tempo. You think you can slow it down. I don't want to slow it down, particularly when we're at home, but I don't want a 110 to 108 game either. So what we want to do is control the tempo as well as we can, but when people see fast break opportunities, we're going to take them. So I think the key is going to be which of the two teams can defend the best, because I think both of us can score sometimes at will, because I think both run a very good offensive system. Doug Bruno, the coach at DePaul, he's one of the legends in the game. He's been there forever at DePaul, sort of like back in the day when Ray Myers coached there. But he's a Hall of Famer, and he's done a tremendous job. I just love competing against DePaul, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the series going after I'm gone. But we've got a lot of kids from Chicago on our team as well. We're giving bobbleheads away tonight, whatever we've got left over from the 5 that we've given out in the last 5 years. So 1 bobblehead per family if they get there the first 800. So hopefully we'll have a good crowd tonight. I know it's tough for the average fan because you went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, watched football Saturday or did whatever you had to, basketball Sunday, Monday, and what night do the men play again this week? Wednesday, and then we play Thursday. So the average fan can do all of that. I envy you, and that's what I plan on doing a little bit later in my career. Questions?
We'll start off with Jennifer on your left.
Hi, Coach Blair. Jennifer Streeter with the Battalion. Following your recent contest, you kind of told me that DePaul is going to be the toughest opponent you guys have faced thus far on the slate. How has training kind of changed?
I think DePaul is going to be the toughest team we have played since the NCAA tournament the last year when Arizona, Iowa State gave us all that we could handle. DePaul is that good. And they're all interchangeable because what I'm saying, they're all about the same size. Their leading scorer is a freshman, 6'1" kid, but everybody else is about 5'11" up. So they just interchange parts. They switch on all screens, and they try not to foul. And so that's what we've got to do is be able to get to the free throw line when we play a team like DePaul. It's going to not just be up to our post players, but our guards as well to drive the basketball as well.
And then another question for you. Obviously, with your 3 newest recruits, this is the first time y'all have inked 3 prospects this highly ranked since y'all's 2012 class. Kind of, what does that mean for this program?
Well, first, it means a whole lot to the coaching staff because those kids did not just sign with Gary Blair. They signed with Texas A&M. The tradition that we have here, the future that we have here, as well as the present. But the future at Texas A&M looks bright. This program is not just about Gary Blair. I've got a tremendous staff that really did a tremendous job in recruiting. In fact, we'll have one of them at the ball game tonight. And so I'm excited about this class because we're going to graduate a lot of guards, and we've got guards that are coming in that can play. And due to that famous word portal, I'm sure we will have portal kids coming and going at the end in every sport. That's the way life is going right now, and so you just get used to it. You handle your business on the course. Hopefully, all the student athletes can find happiness at Texas A&M. If you can't find happiness here with this school, then perhaps you need to go somewhere else. This is a special place to play, be a student, be a professor, be a fan.
Let's go to the right side to Richard Zane from Texags.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned that DePaul wants to play with some pace offensively. So how do you change your defensive game plan to try and combat that pace?
First, you got to get back on defense. Okay. Normally, sometimes we would send 3.5 to the boards when we could. The shooter, the three-point shooter, and the offside wing and two. We cannot do that. This team, you better get back on defense. So it's sort of like what you see in the NBA now. How many Dennis Rodmans do you see down there on the offensive glass? You shoot, you backpedal, you try to take layups away. What we want to do is make them have to beat us on the half court, not the full court. So we will not be able to send as many to the offensive boards. Now, we make our shot, it doesn't matter. But their strength, as soon as that ball's through the net, the first post player has got it, and they've thrown to Zach right over here. It's in and out that quick. So it's kind of hard to press them because they're so good, and that's their system. What you got to do is get back and play your half-court defense as well as you can.
And you've got 3 transfers on your roster, Coach. How have you seen them kind of join the team and feel at home? And how do you, as a coach, go about creating that family atmosphere and welcoming them into your program?
Well, first they feel at home at Texas A&M. All the different sporting events, the classrooms, we're not having to do all that Zoom stuff this year. We're seeing professors face-to-face. We're going over to the Bright Center and seeing our tutoring. If you cannot be happy at 18 to 22, I don't know what's going to happen. It's a great time in your life. Those transfers have gone in. Tonight, arguably, we'll be starting 4 transfers that have transferred here over the years. And I was watching a men's basketball game yesterday, all 5 kids, transfers. That's not going to change. And because if you get a job at the Dallas Morning News, you're going to transfer from Texags real quick. It happens in the media as well as everything. And but I wish you would get the Dallas Morning News delivered here instead of me having to read it online.
All right, we'll go back to the TV row, Gary, and we'll go with Tyler from KBTX.
Coach, do you prefer playing a team like DePaul this early in the season? Is this kind of the best way to get your team prepared for league play later?
Yes, I do. There's already been South Carolina, North Carolina State, Texas, and Stanford. The 2 games I'm worried about is Belmont went into Ole Miss and beat them on opening day. Then Florida Gulf Coast goes down to play a very good LSU team and beats LSU on their home court. You better be ready. We look for these type of matchups that we can have. It's the same as when Stephen F. Austin is coming in here, and they'll be undefeated when they're here on Thursday night. We try to play the schedule. You have to put in a couple of teams that you can get playing time for all your kids. But it's not going to happen tonight. Tonight we're playing a very good top 25 team that will finish in the top 25. They might not be now, but they'll be an NCAA team, and they will be a top 25 team.
Stay at TV row, and we'll go to Mike from KAGS.
Coach, I know you guys recruit Chicago heavily, so how important are these games in those recruiting battles down the road?
I think it's huge. Now, a couple of those Chicago kids were born in Chicago, but then they moved to Texas. And a lot of times when I coached at Arkansas, we recruited the Midwest hard because we felt like kids would do anything to get out of snow. And the weather here is perfect. I like recruiting Chicago. It's one of my favorite places to just visit during the summertime. And I think it's a great time. Try go eating at Gibson's on Rush Street. It doesn't get any better than that right there, besides a couple restaurants here in town. And Mike, I missed the first part because I was rambling as usual. Give me the second part of that.
Just the recruiting battles, maybe you versus DePaul, how do these games impact that?
Well, what happens when you're a DePaul, they get a lot of rebound kids. So they're recruiting in Illinois hard, but if they lose a kid to South Carolina or to another place and those kids get unhappy with playing time, they will come back. Coach Bruno does a great job of filling his system. He needs large guards that can play heavy minutes to be very versatile. And that's the strength of their program. He recruits for his system. It doesn't matter how many you scored in high school, if you're not going to fit within the system that he likes to play, up-tempo, press 40 minutes, then you're not going to be able to play. And so we like recruiting because also Coach Bond is from Chicago. And Skeet, our new assistant, was at Illinois last year, and she's been at Marquette for 5 years. So their contacts are very good. Hope I got it.